Hey guys, Curious here. Wanted to talk about a really interesting thing I heard about in a video called the panopticon. Apparently, it was a circular prison where everybody was stuck on the outside, but all the security people were on the inside, and they could look at them, but the people that were being observed didn't know if they were being looked at or not. It's really weird. Well, the guy who made this, I forgot his name, but he had the idea that if you viewed somebody, it would create social order. And you didn't know if you were being observed or not. So this was the model he used in a prison that would be applied to factories, schools, hospitals. And as I was listening to this person talk about this in the video, I was thinking to myself, I had that experience. I really did. I was working on a third floor stock room in a department store, and I had the same experience. Because the video camera was facing directly towards me. And it was like I was all alone in the stock room. Now let me set up the situation. It was a couple weeks before Christmas, and in department stores, at Christmas, everybody gets hired because the place goes insane. And during the pre-Christmas sale, everything is crazy. Now, my job in the stockroom was hanging hangers. There would be hangers on these racks below in the cashier bays, on these little bars. So there would be different kind of hangers from kids to adults, and shirts and pants. And I think a few specialty ones, I think like for dresses or something. So I would go through, and my whole job was to take all these racks and sort them all up and put them out on the line for these girls in the stockroom on the third floor. Well, none of the girls were in the stockroom because they were all being called downstairs because of the Christmas rush. So in this dark stockroom, except for this one light and this big camera looking at me, I'm down there all by myself, except when I hear the elevator come up, and there was these guys rush through with the carts and drop these bars of hangers on me. And it was crazy because all of a sudden I was piled up to my hips in freaking bars of hangers. And my point at this time wasn't to sort them out and put them on the line because all the girls were gone. But my point was to take them and freaking try to sort them out and put them in boxes. And it was insane because this camera was looking at me. And see, the point of that was that wouldn't have been a big deal, but a couple weeks before, my boss, which was like friggin' Spacely Sprockets, he was the old cigar chomping, friggin' tough as nails, kind of chew your ass out boss, right? Well, there was no cigars, but there was a lot of friggin' ass chewing. All the friggin' time. He lost money in the stock market, so he was chewing everybody's asses, right? Well, in any case, friggin' his, I guess security was starting to friggin' watch productivity and stuff, as well as friggin' loss prevention, or people friggin' stealing the friggin' place out from under them. So, I'm standing there trying to remember what my manager said or something, and friggin' what happens? But security walks by and they say, "Oh, are you doing anything important there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm thinking." But now I know security is reporting to management, and management might come back and friggin' chew me another asshole. Right? I mean, it gets me all choked up. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh great. So now I got this big electronic eye watching me. It's watching me. And I'm like, man. So you know how hard it is to work when you're by yourself and stuff. I mean, when you're completely by yourself, it's hard to keep yourself working. Especially when you're getting friggin' pile of something that's just piling up and piling up and piling up. It felt impossible. So there'd be managers running through, oh, are you busy? Are you not doing anything? And I'm like, no, I'm told I gotta stay here, and finish this. And they was freaking grilled into me, you better stay here and finish this, cuz, or your ass is on the line, Rotten, dirty, naughty bosses. So I'm doing this as fast as I can, but then it's like, here I am with the camera and piles of stuff, and your incentive just wanes when you're by yourself. So it was horrible. I had that complete experience of feeling like I was being watched, but I could not know if someone was really paying attention to the monitor or not. So it was completely that panopticon effect. And believe me, and besides, it did not make me, it just did not make me feel socially frigging conscious. As a matter of fact, it made me feel rebellious. I did not care. I did not want to work. I didn't like being observed. If I could have had my thoughts to myself, I would have felt more ingrained to be more productive. But as it was a constant distraction. So no, I don't think surveillance brings out your better character, and electronic surveillance probably does it even less. Maybe that applies to online things too, like that other video I was watching talking about. Like being flagged or something. Is that really bringing out our better character? I think the panopticon effect is very relevant in today's social media. Don't you?